Sexuality. Sexuality is very, very important. We see it everywhere in the media, in fucking kids shows, movies, everywhere, even in sports. Sexuality is everywhere, or I should say the expression of sexuality is everywhere. Now, coming from a background of sexual trauma, I have noticed a lot about sexuality within myself, and lately I learned the true meaning of celibacy, which weirdly got me so excited to actually embark on a celibacy journey, because originally I thought it was just abstaining from sex, which is cool, you know, that's easy. But when it comes to when you are abstaining from sex and you're continuing to engage with your preference, for me it's men, and you're continuing to like talk to them and stuff like that, it's hard because one, you get aroused and you get fucking horny and turned on and stuff like that, even if you're not touching or doing anything, just having certain conversations with the person, flirting and all that type of stuff, which everybody knows. That's one thing, dealing with your own feelings. Then you have them and their feelings when you tell them that, okay, I'm going to be celibate or whatever, and they either are down with you or they're not. And some people fake it to make it and say that they're down with you, but they really trying to push up on you and shit. So I realized that celibacy is a full abstinence, even with engaging and entertaining with men. And to me, that is exciting because men are a distraction. They really are. The opposite sex is a distraction. Because, so back to the sexual trauma. Growing up with sexual trauma, you kind of see sex differently. It's like a part of you. Like, you are sex, basically. Especially when people treat you that way, when they look at you that way, when all they want is your physical being. They don't really too much invest into the emotional or the spiritual being. Having those feelings going into, you know, dating and getting to know people and stuff like that, you are sex. Like, that's what you have to offer. That's who you are, basically. And that was my journey. It's not that that was the only thing that I had to offer, but being exposed to sex at a young age just opened up my sexuality a little bit sooner than normal, and it became who I was. really, it's how you feel about your body and what you feel is sexy. Because what you feel is sexy, you will attract someone that is on that same wavelength as you and will feel that you are sexy as well. It's not about what other people look like and you matching what they look like or what they want. No, it's about how you feel within yourself and bringing that out. So knowing yourself and your sexuality helps with the self-esteem and the self-worth issues. So this is all over the place. So back to my celibacy ideas and journeys. Because of my sex trauma from a kid, so basically I was molested when I was around 6 or 7. And I have a video about that too, so you can go watch that if you want to know more in detail. That kind of exposed me to me being a sexual being. And so as I grew up, that's pretty much what I thought, a woman and a man or a girl and a boy was about. It was about sex. That's what it was about. That's what the relationships were about. That's what they wanted from me and nothing more. And I got caught up in that, and it made me a very sexual being. So I really love sex. Back then I didn't have a control over it, so I sexed a lot. But now, I still would sex a lot. So now my views of sex and sexuality is I feel sexy all the time with a baggy outfit on, a hat, no lip gloss. Anything I have on, anything I'm doing, I feel sexy because I've learned to love myself. But I don't put myself out there to want sex anymore. I definitely don't want it, especially with random people. So when you think of sex and sexuality, you have to think of energy as well. When you are having sex with people, when you are entertaining people, you are in their energy field. You guys are in each other's energy field. You guys are exchanging thoughts, you're exchanging, emotions, and you're exchanging energy. The sexual energy exchange is the truth. So you really have to know your own sexuality and who you are. You always need to know yourself, but truly know yourself so that you can be grounded in that. Because sexual energy is really, it's strong. Just by flirting with somebody, you can exchange energy. And have to be really aware of, our sexual energy. The ways that I transmute my sexual energy now is by exercising when I'm horny, which only means that I'll dance or something or go run. But it's really dancing, which is why I love dancing, and I love dancing to Caribbean, African music, because they have the beats and the instruments and the musical rhythms that kind of gets you moving in your root area, in the core sacral area, which is where your sexuality comes from. That's a good way to transmute your energy, is to dance, to do movements in that area, in the sacral area. Another thing is to actually create something. So go be creative. If it's artistry, if it's music, if it's I don't know, food, anything that you can create or make or work on, that you are building something that is not in existence in your physical world right now, that'll help you to transmute that sexual energy. Sexuality. What is it really that I just wanted to talk about sexuality because I'm going on a celibacy journey. And I just really got excited about what it truly means. And I'm taking my power back. It feels so good to have the power in your court to decide, no, I don't want to entertain you right now because I'm focused on me. I'm focused on what I want to do. I want to accomplish my goals first. And not saying that, I won't be able to work and have relationships at the same time, which I will be, but I want to be so grounded into who I am and my goals. See, I've had a few sexual encounters, so I have to purge myself and cleanse myself from all that negative energy. Some of it wasn't negative, but I'm not with anyone right now, so it was just an experience, and now I'm holding on to all that energy that's toxic, and it's not aligned with me because it's toxic. It's toxic because it's not aligned with me. So I have to cleanse myself, and the only way to do that is to abstain and physically take myself out of that situation, which is not having sex, not entertaining these cute dudes that be trying to holler